First one, if nothing exists, what is the definition of existence? If nothing exists, what is the definition of existence? You really have to get into what commonly defined as existence. What is commonly defined as existence in a lot of dictionaries and encyclopedia may not be the definition of existence as defined by some philosophers or defined by the Buddha. But suffice it to say that existence is a delusion. We have so many Buddhist scriptures and a lot of philosophers telling us that existence is a dream. We are living in a dream of existence. Understanding this existence is important to us. I think the very first lesson of learning philosophy is to learn the value and the perspective of existence. The difference between an animal and a human is because when an animal is hungry, when a dog is hungry, he just bark, he just want to eat. When the dog is furious, he just want to bark. I mean, a dog would not think about what is going to be tomorrow like. What are the values of existence? Why do I exist? Where do I come from? Where would I go from here? A dog would not think about that as defined by some biologists. I don't know, maybe you think that my dog thinks like that, I don't know. Did a dog tell you he thinks like that? A dog will not say, where would I come from? Do I have a previous life? What is existence? So existence could be defined in so many ways by so many people. And if you really want to find out existence, first of all, you have to know the value of existence, the meaning and the significance of existence, and just trying to find out why we exist, how we exist, where we exist, and what is existence. It's good that you ask that question, because that's the questions that would trigger out a lot of wisdom, like you open up the tap of the wisdom well that will come out. So it's a good question, but it requires you to probe further into the meaning, the perspective, the when, why, how, where of existence. No one single definition would be satisfying. The Buddha said existence is a delusion of a dream. We are living in a dream of existence, but we exist. So that's it for now. Second question. Thank you for your teaching. Thank you so much for explaining the very difficult concept of return. If our introspective mind is empty, how do we go about experiencing this emptiness? What did I feel empty? Furthermore, how do we master it? Why do you have to master emptiness? Our perspective mind is how do we go about experiencing emptiness? You already have experienced emptiness by listening to some concept about it, and you may have already have some taste of what emptiness is all about. What is emptiness? Emptiness is devoid of an inherent nature. We don't have an inherent nature. So we exist on causality. We exist in conditions. And how do we go about it? Continue to probe into it, to research about it. And the question, I have so many questions to answer, and there's a ceremony coming up, so I have to be brief and to the point. And you have to explore more into emptiness. And how do you go about experiencing it? Find out more about it. When you find out more about this concept of experience, of emptiness, and then think about life. What is the meaning of sunyata in life? What is the impermanence of life? What is the sufferings of life? What is the non-self nature of life? And remember, we have the 4 seal marks of Buddhism. The first one is impermanence, wu chang. The second one is wu wo, non-self. The third one, on anicca. The third one is suffering. The fourth one is we can transcend all this by going to the right path of enlightenment to get to nirvana. So there's so much to think and talk about. Next question. When you meditate, do you recommend that we sit in the full lotus position? Is there benefit in sitting in full lotus position? I don't know how your age. If you are in your 60s or 70s, forget it. I mean, if you are in the 60s and 40s, your girdles, your bones are so stiff that you don't attempt a full lotus position. A full lotus position, anybody who is taking up full lotus position should go through some training. Preferably when you are very young, then your bones are more flexible and it's good for the full lotus position. Otherwise, a semi or half lotus position will do. And even if you can't even do a half lotus position, just sit down with both legs on the floor will do. Don't stick to these appearance of meditation. Find out why of meditation, the meaning of meditation. Not just in how you sit, what clothes you wear, where should you sit. Don't look at the surface. Look at the inherent meaning of meditation. Next question. Venerable, would Buddhist monks and nuns regret once having had a family before the ordination? We never regret them, no. If you are out of the family, you are out of the bondage of a family. You are free. That's the reason why when I heard someone, I heard a lot of stories of laymen and laywomen telling me that, oh, I'm depressed. Why are you depressed? I don't feel happy. Why are you not happy? I had a divorce. My wife divorced me, or my husband divorced me. And I always reply with the same answer, congratulations. You know why? You are free from the bondage of marriage. You know, in signing any contract, one person can own another person. What do you call that? Marriage certificate. One person can own another person. No. If you're out of the family, if you can step up with the family, you are free to practice. You're within the bondage of a family, you cannot practice as you want. Particularly if your wife is not Buddhist. I have quite a few laymen whose wife are other religions, and they always have argument about religions. But anyway, monks and nuns regret about having a family before? No. We say we already have paid our debts. We have already returned what we should returning. You are in the family, you haven't paid up your debts yet. You have the liability or you have the assets to receive. You may have accounts receivable, accounts payable. If you have accounts payable, you owe people. If you have accounts receivable, they owe you. So you're always trying to balance the general ledger. Your general ledger is not balanced yet and you can't step out from the family. Our general ledger have all been clear. Congratulations to us that we don't have to get the bondage of a family. We can practice quite well. We never regret, because when you get out from the family, of course, you have to make the best arrangement before you get ordained to become monk or nun. You can't just abandon your family, relinquish your family bondage and say goodbye. I don't want to be responsible. If you still have kids, you cannot get out from the family. You have to be a responsible father. You have to be a responsible mom. You have to upkeep the family. You have to give love to your family, loving kindness, compassion, everything. You have to do everything that you, as a member of the family, should do. You cannot forsake your family, because you still have the accounts payable to pay up or the accounts receivable to receive. You can't go. Wait till you finish all this, then you can become a monk or nun. We never feel regret about it. We feel happy about it. And we never hate any family members. And we want to put our love aside. Love is different from compassion, you know. Love is one-sided. Compassion is unconditional. That I have to explain in detail to you. Let's get to the second question. If both the Zen school and the Theravada school use meditation as a main practice, what makes Zen Mahayana? The division of Mahayana and Hinayana is in your own discriminating mind. When you are out from discrimination, you are fully awakened. Mahayana and Hinayana is in the way they practice, not in the destination, not in the attitude that they should be holding up to. Some people would like to say, I want to know how to swim before I help others, I rescue others. Some people are like that. I want to learn it first, master it first. And some people say, I want to learn and save others at the same time. I want to always put the interests of others in front of me. I want to learn and do it at the same time, not waiting I'm 100% safe before I save people. But some people say, I don't have to put myself in the safest place to save people. As long as I know that I will be safe, I will try my best to render my compassion out to save all sentient beings. That's just a slight difference. There's no problem in just looking after yourself first, right? If I have to know how to swim before I rescue others, it's fine too. If you say, no, I want to do it at the same time, there's so many people out there I want to save. If I have to wait another 10, 20 years to save people, then I may have missed a lot of people who get drowned. But I want to do it now. Next question. Thank you again for your insight. In your opinion, what is the significance of the Lotus Sutra expounded during the last 5 years of the Buddha? Is the alaya consciousness the same as the subconsciousness that psychologists talk about? The alaya consciousness, the psychologists talk about the subconsciousness. Subconsciousness, if you go by, I think it's either Nietzsche, I'm not sure. They call it the ego and the superego, the subterranean consciousness. I think they're not clear in whether they refer this to alaya consciousness. But you can say that subconsciousness is hidden underneath, is right underneath the other foregoing consciousnesses. This requires a lot of, raise this question up later because it requires me a long time to explain it to you. The significance of the Lotus Sutra, there's so much meaning in it.